The built-in pivot table style gallery contains a lot of good color schemes, but they are, by design, somewhat generic. When you want to create your own pivot table style to reflect your personal aesthetic or your company's graphic art guidelines, you can do so quickly. I'll demonstrate that process in this movie. My sample file is createstyle0402, and you can find it in the Chapter 4 folder of the Exercise Files collection. In this workbook, I have a pivot table that has an existing style applied. Let's say that I want to define my own custom pivot table style. To do that, click any cell in the pivot table, and then on the Design contextual tab of the ribbon, click the Pivot Table Styles Galleries More button at the bottom right corner, and then at the bottom of the list, click New Pivot Table Style. That displays the New Pivot Table Style button, and you can give your style a name. In this case, I will call it PT Custom. And now I can set the format. I'll just make a few changes, but you can see all of the elements that are available to you. So the first thing I'll do is select what I will change. And in this case, I will change the header row. So I'll click that, and then I'll click the Format button. I will make the color, instead of automatic, I'll make it white. And then for the fill, this is the color that will fill the body of the cell, the background color. I'll click purple, and then I will click OK. And you can see in the preview that I have purple as the background and white text for the header. Let's say that I also want to have rows that are striped, and we'll stripe the second row. So I'll click second row stripe and click Format. And for the background color, let's say that I'll go for a light gray. So I'll just click that color here. And of course, you can pick any color you want. I can also, if I want, change the stripe size. For example, if you look at the preview, you'll see that there is one gray row, then one white row, and so on. If I want to change the stripe size, I can click that control and say change it to 2. And you see that I have 2 rows that are striped and then one that isn't. In this case, I'll switch it back to 1, so I have an alternating striping. That's all I want to do for now, so I'll click OK. So I created the style, but I haven't applied it. To apply it, I'll go back to the Pivot Table Styles Galleries More button, and then at the top, you'll see that there is the custom style that I created. I'll click that, and there it is. You see that I have purple as the header with white text, and I have striped rows. If you want to edit or modify a style, you can do that by right-clicking it in the gallery, and then click Modify. That opens the Pivot Table Style dialog box again, except now instead of Create or New, it's Modify. It's exactly the same controls as you had before, so there's no new explanation required, and I'll click Cancel. If you want to delete a custom pivot table style, you can, once again, right-click that style and click Delete. I won't do that, so I'll just click Away. Finally, if you want to remove all formatting from your pivot table, you should click any cell in the pivot table, then click the Styles Galleries More button, and at the very bottom, click Clear. And that removes all formatting. Excel gives you the tools to control exactly how your pivot table appears in your workbook. Creating your own formats enables you to control how your pivot table appears in your company's documents and presentations. That enhances your corporate identity while making the data easier for viewers to comprehend.